Having trouble pronouncing Portuguese words? Your pronunciation doesn't sound native at all? Well then, you must be committing one of these pronunciation mistakes. But don't worry, cause you're at the right place, because today we will be covering the most important problems for language learners, European Portuguese pronunciation. So without further ado, let's start the lesson. A1, Lesson 6. We all know the vowels and the consonants. They are the same as in English, and we will be needing them a lot today. Alright, so let's get started. So our first letter is the letter C. C has many sounds. C can be pronounced as K or S. C with A, O, and U is pronounced as K. For example, casa, casa, copo, copo, cunhado, cunhado. Now, C with E or I is pronounced as S. For example, céu. It's not céu, it's céu. Or cidade. Cidade. See the difference? This is the formula for knowing when C is pronounced as K or when it's pronounced as S. Another C that you might have seen around in Portuguese handwriting is C with a type of tail. This C is called C de cedilha. This C is used to bring an S sound before the A, O, and U. So like criança. It's not criança, it's criança, because the C has a tail. Or braço, braço. Açúcar, açúcar. C de cedilha cannot be used with E or I. The next one is C and H, which gives a sh sound. For example, chave, chave. Our next letter is G. G with A, O, U has a dark sound, like G. For example, gato, gato, gato. Golfinho, golfinho. Guloso, guloso. Now, G with E and I has a more softer sound, like J. For example, gelo. Notice that it's not gelo, it's gelo, because it's before an E. Gelo. Girassol, girassol. G can have a darker pronunciation with E and I, but only in one case, when it's before the letter U. When G is before the letter U and there's an E or I, you cut out the letter U and go straight to pronouncing the E and I. For example, guerreiro. It's not guerreiro, it's guerreiro, because you skip over the U and go straight to the E. Or guitarra. It's not guitarra, it's guitarra, because you skip the U and go straight to the I, like guitarra. And guerreiro. Our next letter is H. H in Portuguese is mostly silent. Whenever you have an H in front of any word, you're not going to pronounce it. For example, horas. In horas, you don't say horas, you say horas, because you're not pronouncing the H, because the H is silent. There are some different sounds of H too, but when it's with other letters, L with H gives a L sound. For example, ilha, ilha, ilha. N with H gives a N sound, like rainha, rainha. C with H gives a sh sound, like mochila, mochila. Next we have the letter M. M after any vowels has a nasal sound, like andam, andam. Come, come. Sim, sim. Bom, bom. Atum, atum. The next letter is N. N has the same case as M. When N is after a vowel, it has a nasal sound, like cantar, cantar. Ensinar, ensinar. Domingo, domingo. Ontem, ontem. Nunca, nunca. Now we will head over to Q. Q with the vowel U. When Q and U is with the vowel A or O, you will be pronouncing the letter U. For example, quadro, quadro. Quotidiano, quotidiano. But in the case of QU with E and I, you are not going to be pronouncing the letter U, just like the case of G. So, what you're going to do is you're going to skip the U and go straight to the next letter, which is E or I. For example, quente, quente. Quinta, quinta. Although there are some exceptions for these four words, and I'll list them right here so you never get confused. Tranquilo, tranquilo. frequente, frequente, equestre, equestre, delinquente, delinquente, tranquilo, frequente, equestre, and delinquente. Now, this is where most people get confused, but it's actually really easy. The letter R. So you have probably heard some people pronouncing the letter R normally in some cases, and in other cases people are pronouncing the R like H, carro, guerreiro. Why that? Why can't it be pronounced the same? Well, R can be pronounced in two different ways. In a strong sound like H, or in a soft sound like R, R. When the R is at the beginning of a phrase, or there's a double R at the middle of a phrase, there will be a strong sound like rato, rato, carro, carro. Now, when there's only one R at the middle of a sentence, you can say the R normally, like caro, caro, or prato, prato. See how easy that is? If you just get these small tricks into your brain, you'll start pronouncing these European Portuguese words fluently. Now, our next letter is the letter S. S also has many sounds. S can be pronounced normally, like S, but S can be also pronounced as Z, like Z. S at some cases can be also pronounced as sh. Now let's see what these cases are. First we have S at the beginning of a sentence. Mostly when S is at the beginning of a sentence, or there are double S's in the middle of a word, then S is pronounced normally, like Sofia, Sofia. Passeio, passeio. Now, when S is before the last letter of a word, mostly O or A, S is pronounced as Z. For example, aviso, aviso. Casa, casa. Now, when there's one S at the middle of a word or at the very end, it will be pronounced as sh, like castelo, castelo, pastas, pastas. Last but not least, we have X and Z. Let's check out X first. X also has many pronunciations. X can be pronounced as sh, z, s, or x. When X is at the beginning of a phrase, it is pronounced as sh. Xavier, Xavier, Shaila, Shaila. When X is after the first letter of a phrase, mostly E, it's pronounced as Z. For example, exame, exame. exercício, exercício. And when X is at the middle of a phrase, it's pronounced as S, like próximo, próximo. And there are also foreign words where X is pronounced like it's pronounced in English, like taxi, taxi. And then at last we have the letter Z. In the case of letter Z, we have two pronunciations, Z, the normal pronunciation, and sh. When the letter Z is at the beginning of a phrase or at the middle of a phrase, it's pronounced normally, like zebra, zebra, or rapazes, rapazes. Now, when the letter Z is at the end of a phrase, it has a sh sound, like rapaz, rapaz. A Rita sai de casa para passear e inspirar o ar fresco. Tranca a porta com chave e começa a andar. Na rua, ela vê um gato fofo. Depois de andar um pouco, ela fica cansada e entra num café. Ela senta numa cadeira e pede um chá quente com açúcar. Um rapaz está a tocar uma guitarra e a cantar uma música tranquila. O chá foi muito bom. Ela olha para a televisão. Está lá um aviso de chuva nos próximos dias. Depois de acabar o chá, ela paga a conta e sai. Lá fora, o vento está mais gelado e um pouco tarde. Portanto, ela volta para casa como táxi. Well, that was it for today's video. I hope you have learned many new things, and comment down your favorite word in Portuguese or tell which pronunciation was the most shocking. I read all the comments and I would love to hear them all. See you soon! Até já!